Okay, I'm just trying to set up this phone there. Still, so I can record you. It's going. So today is, what is it today? Wednesday? No, Friday. Yeah, today's Friday. 7th of the 6th, 2024. Just want to quickly ask you about Pizzery. What do you know about that?
Well, I just know from what my grandmother showed me what it was, and
Who's he?
oh, Timpaka. Her white fella name was Nellie Parker, but her black fella name was Timpaka.
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 Yeah, I see they spell that Timpika. Yeah.
And
So she raised you?
yeah, I spent a lot of time with my grandmother. Then I went to Galway Downs, and then I had to come back to Windora to Granny to go to school. And then
So on a typical day, if your grandmother was going to have a chew, what would it be in the morning, or what would she say to you?
anytime, whenever she felt like it.
And what did she tell you to do?
Well, when she had plenty of stuff there, but once you get close to running out, she used to send me up to the Sandhill, just up the road from the camp and the Catholic Church in Windora to the Sandhills, because I knew what tree to go and get it off.
Yeah.
I'd bring back a big bunch of it. When Granny come home from working down the pub, I'd have a fire lit and burned it all up and cooked the ashes up for Granny. Burn the leaves.
Burn the leaves to what, ashes?
To make the ashes.
What did you do with those ashes?
Oh, I had to be careful with them so I didn't waste any, so I used to do it on a big old tray and tip it on the gauze, and then tip it into the tray and put in a tobacco tin for Granny.
All right. When you gave it to her, what'd she do?
Well, she'd mix it with the tobacco she had.
Yeah. And why would she do that?
Well, to make a nice taste. So she mixed that with the ashes, and I didn't know what it was all about. I tasted it a couple of times and it's yucky.
Yeah, we keep talking there. Just tell me a bit about if your grandmother chewed it, did it have some effect on her?
Well, I was only a kid. I didn't realise it was something. I didn't know I was drug dealing at the time with my grandmother. Not drug dealing, but assisting her with her whatever she took it for. Because when you're a child, you didn't ask questions. You did what you were told. Till you got old enough to think for yourself.
All right.
So,
and how was this occasional thing? How often do you think she did that?
oh, she'd do it every day.
Every day?
Yeah, like people smoke a cigarette every day. What do they smoke cigarettes for? To get high or happy or something. So, well, whatever grandmother took it for, I don't know. Like I just said, you didn't ask her what you're chewing that for. I thought you just liked the flavour.
Oh.
I didn't know it might make you happy.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you.
Took it to put up with me.
I was reading, the Burke and Wills expedition.
Yeah.
You heard of that from 1860, 61. They died in our country, of course, which is pretty relevant to the whole story.
Yeah.
William Wills, he was the second in command. At one time, when they were suffering on the creek, no food, Burke said to him, you should go up the creek and check the Camp 65, the original camp, to see if anyone's come looking for us. Will we be rescued? So he goes up there and he buried some of his journals, and he come back down the creek. And when he walked down the creek, this is Wills writing in his journals about himself, what he's doing up the creek and back down the creek. Took a few days. He said, as he's going along the creek, he said he looked across the creek and he saw his friend. So he must have met him already, but he said he saw his friend, Chief Pizzery. He said he was a little man, and he said Chief Pizzery sang out to him and made a sign to him to cross the creek, come over to him. So he did, and then he followed him back to his camp. From what he made of what Chief Pizzery was indicating to him, gave him a promise of fish. Left what I feed. And he was fed they kept him for about 2.5 days or 2 nights at least. And they fed him, kept bringing fish to him all the time. Eat, you know. I think they must have noticed that he was skinny and losing weight, whatever. And he said they gave him a nice fat rat, some sort of marsupial rat. And they told him to go camp with the boys, the young men. And he sat around with them at night, and he used to jot down all these Aboriginal words as he could understand what he's hearing. And he wrote down quite a few words. I think there's about a dozen or so that he wrote down. And he said every night the blackfellas would be pointing up at the moon, you know. He said they were calling it Pyrrha. He said they were pointing at the moon and as if indicating when are your friends coming, you know. They sort of understood like the moon cycle. And he kept telling them, you know, like, yeah, they're coming, we don't know when, but yeah, they're coming. Yeah, and the same thing happened, well, he died, of course. Sadie Burke. And John King, he stayed alive with him, eh? He spent 3 months living with him until rescue came for him. And John King said every night they'd have conversations around the fire, and they'd be asking him, indicating to him, when are your friends coming, you know, like, to take you home. And he kept telling them, he'd be pointing at the moon saying after whatever moons, 1 moon or 2 moons or something. Yeah, sure enough, after 3 months they came and found him, surrounded by a mob of our people on Queer Waterhole, just west of Innemecca, Malcolm Waterhole, where Innemecca is. Yeah, so they found him there, but he also said, yeah, while he was living with him, he was chewing a fair bit of pitchery too and getting a bit high. So it's interesting, and apparently that's where the word pitchery first came into the English language, from John King's time with our tribe and William Wills recording it in his diaries previous to that. Yeah, and you actually know that your grandmother chewed it, and she came from the same tribe, Yendrawanta, from Cooper Creek. Yeah, but she was a Mapamurri woman.
I ended up cooking it for her, burning it for her.
And I'm talking to a woman right now, my mother. How old are you?
82.
Yeah, you're nearly going to say 60 something, weren't
you? Yeah. 82, because I was born in 1942.
It was 2024 now. So if you chewed pitchery today, you think it'd still have that yucky taste?
Well, I don't know. I think I would investigate it and see what really happened.
See what it really does to you.
See what it really does to you, because it wasn't until I started mixing with white fellas and seeing how they do things, and alcohol changes your brain, so must have done something for her, because she put up with me.
Put up with you, and she ate it every day. I chewed it every day, you said.
And I used to say to Granny, if you don't give me 2 bob, which was 20 cents in those days, 20 pence, I used to go and tell that white fellas that you're chewing pitchery, tobacco and ashes.
Yeah. And I think that's why they preferred using that, change the name. Don't call it pitchery, just call it ngonku.
Yeah, ngonku.
Well, that's what they called it, of course, when it's in a ball shape, yeah.
Yeah, when it was in your mouth.
Yeah, in your mouth, yeah, you chewed it,
but it was a pitchery tree you got it off, but you called it ngonku.
Yeah, yeah, when you actually got it, yeah. I was reading a book about the Dairy tribe to the west of us, you know, between us and Lake Eyre. And they reckon when the missionaries are bringing the full-bloods into the church, German missionaries, trying to Christianise them, they reckon quite often they'd have a Sunday service, and they'd be sitting in church there, and they'd be looking at the old elders sitting there in the front row, and the old elders would have black stuff coming down the side of their necks, because they used to keep their pitchery balls behind their ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and heat or whatever would make the pitchery juice flow down their neck. Yeah.
Because the last person I actually saw chewing it was our uncle, who we said before.
Uncle Willie?
Uncle Willie at in the Minka.
Yeah, that's right. Back in '99
Back, yeah.
on that field trip, eh?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I used to get up early and talk to him. And I said, I know what to do when you go down there.
Yeah, 'cause he always used to go off by himself, eh? Wander off.
Yeah. And I knew because that's what they did. They didn't chew that stuff in front of
That's right, yeah.
people. They,
They'd be like
not
trying to-
strangers anyway.
Yeah, like if you were smoking a joint of marijuana in front of people, yeah, you'd be a little bit self-conscious, maybe.
Yeah, well, if it wasn't acceptable.
Yeah, people don't do that. They do it in private because it's illegal. It's not
Yeah.
illegal to chew pitchery, as far as I know.
It wasn't, but the thing is, when white fellas came into black fellas' lives, you had to be careful what you let them know what to do too.
Yeah, something I learnt, difference between pitchery and marijuana, or yandi, is anyone who smoked marijuana would know that you tend to get the munchies, so you go looking for a feed.
Yeah, well, I've never done that either, but I can get hungry without eating that,
Smoking it,
smoking that stuff.
yeah. But marijuana makes you hungry, and pitchery has the opposite. It takes away your appetite. They used to use it for travelling across
I'm
the
going to
desert.
put everybody on a diet now. Give them more pitchery.
That's right, yeah. We'll stop eating, we won't be fat people, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what we can take that'll make us stop drinking. Soft drinking, rum and cola and the rest of it.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah,
Nah, seriously, that's insulting our culture.
What is...
Laughing about it like that.
Well, I know, you got to have a laugh sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, thanks for sharing that story. I just wanted that. If anyone sees this video, they'll might know a little bit more understanding. I actually had a look at that new logo picture there of Bidgety Aboriginal Community Health Centre. The old logo had 2 leaves,
Yeah.
but the new one going across it. But the new one just has one right up the middle of the circle
Yeah,
of their logo.
I'll probably be seeing some of them today, so I'll ask them.
Yeah,
Why did it get changed?
well, I suppose
That's what I'll ask.
time changes. Yeah, well, that's right.
Because
But
they're respectable ladies.
yeah, but it's still a picture relief though. There's still a picture relief there, so
Yeah.
it's good that they left it there. Yeah, because that's what Bidgety is. Pidgety.
Yeah.
From our country and surrounding countries. Yeah,
Yeah, that's when you say it the correct way.
yeah. All right, well, I'll leave you at that,
Right,
Rum.
then.
And thanks for the interview.